This is where we are now, shooting zombies, animating hit reactions, feeling like actual game developers. What you don't see, everything it took to get here. So let's rewind, but first, let's watch some zombies explode. Bunker Last Stand is a stylized World War I inspired third-person zombie survival shooter built in Unreal Engine 5.5. It's co-op multiplayer online. Yes, the undead don't just walk, they fly. We're launching first on PC with console to follow. The game will feature multiple playable classes, each with unique weapons, perks, and abilities. And while each class has their specialties, that doesn't mean you'll be locked out of picking up other gear. Think trench warfare, tactical teamwork, and pure chaotic fun. We're trying to build a community, so come hang out with us on TikTok. We recently hit 390,000 views with one of our clips, and with your help, we might just hit 400. You can follow us on Instagram for more behind the scenes and art drops. And yeah, we're on YouTube here too to really keep us humbled with our view count. After Tyson got our first playable character into the engine, I got to work on the animation system. This clip shows me setting up our first blend space, which is how we blend movement in all directions based on player input. It also lets us blend animations by bone, so we can do things like move and reload at the same time. Basically, it makes the character feel way more alive and way less like a stiff mannequin. I grew up playing games like World of Warcraft and Counter-Strike, so I know how important it is for movement to feel right. Even at this early stage, we were focused on getting the basics down: smooth strafing, responsive jumping, and a character that just feels good to control. While Unreal Engine makes it super convenient to retarget animations and drop in existing sequences, the real challenge and where the learning curve really kicks in is mastering animation blueprints. That means building out your event graph with the right variables, hooking those into your anim graph, creating state machines, defining transitions, and blending between overlay states to handle things like aiming, reloading, or crouching. This is more of the old school approach to animation logic in Unreal, especially now that UE5 is pushing toward animation choosers. But for this project, we stuck with the tried and true method because it gave us more control, and frankly, I needed to learn the fundamentals first. This is my family, the loves of my life, and the reason I keep pushing forward. I'm trying to show my kids what it means to chase a dream, even when it's hard, even when it takes everything you've got. I'm working toward becoming a full-time game developer, not just as a job, but because this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Back in 2019, we moved into our first home, super excited, totally overwhelmed, and surrounded by a neighborhood of dirt. Lots of construction. The house next door, that's Tyson's, built the same month, which means we basically became neighbors and co-founders at the same time. We started swapping game ideas across the driveway, and at some point decided, hey, you like suffering too? Maybe we should make a game together. This is Tyson, sitting in my chair, eating my ice cream. And, well, he deserves it. Tyson's been obsessed with 3D art since he was a kid. He's worked in both the game and film industries with real credits on major movies and TV shows. His work speaks for itself. He's phenomenal. He's the reason our characters, weapons, level design all have that uniquely stylized professional look. And if you stick around, we've got some awesome new character reveals coming soon that we're both really excited about. So before I dive into the years Tyson and I spent trying to make a different game, I want to talk about just how hard making video games really is. Making games is hard, especially for multiplayer. You have to think through logic, replication, what runs on the client, what runs on the server, and about 100 other moving parts. Years ago, I lived in Budapest and studied Hungarian, one of the hardest languages in the world. And honestly, making a game is right up there. It's pushed me and my family to the limit. But I got tired of saying someday, tired of doing work that felt meaningless. I want to spend my time building something that matters, something unique, something fun, and something people can actually enjoy. And as hard as game development is, it's also one of the most rewarding things I've ever done. You start with an idea, something in your head, and little by little it becomes real.
You build something that moves, something that feels good to play, something you can show to others. And yeah, it's overwhelming, but the tools we have today, Unreal Engine, ChatGPT, Blender, YouTube, Discord communities, there has never been a better time in history to learn how to make a game. That's why I believe we can actually do it. And if you're out there trying to build something of your own, I believe you can too. It takes work, it takes patience, it takes a lot of late nights, but man, the moment when it all comes together, even for just a second, it feels like magic. And that's what keeps me going. Back in 2022, Tyson and I were itching to break into game development, and I definitely should have listened when people told me to start small. We set out to build an open world robot survival game. We had 5 core pillars: explore, survive, craft, gather, and the one we thought would set us apart is unique combat. Robots firing guns while riding Vespas, jet skis across a futuristic Lake Powell. We were dreaming big. We wanted it to feel different because we felt like most survival games miss the mark when it comes to combat. What followed was a couple years of learning and eventually realizing we had bitten off way more than we could chew. If you've ever posted a tutorial or answered a question in the comments, thank you. Seriously, you're the reason we've made it this far. Fast forward to March of 2025. After realizing our robot survival game was a bit too ambitious, we decided it was time to pivot. We landed on something more focused, a third-person shooter that mixes the chaotic fun of Call of Duty Zombies with the strategy of tower defense. Ultimately, though, we just want to make a fun game. So here we are, trying to keep the scope manageable, pulling inspiration from games we love, like Counter-Strike, especially for UI and clean mechanics, and building a modular structure system we can expand on later with future game modes and ideas we're excited about. So what's next? We're adding damageable terrain, turrets, new UI updates, improving weapon feel, better recoil, cleaner crosshair, more satisfying shooting. We're also exploring squadron roles for deeper strategy. Our Discord launches this month. Come join us. And if traction keeps growing, we're eyeing a Kickstarter to help fund development. And as promised, to reveal, we've got 2 new characters coming, a machine gunner and our first female medic class. Every week, we're testing, fixing, building, doing everything we can to make this game fun. Thanks for sticking with me today. I'm Devin from Raven King Studios, and we're just getting started.